Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. So, first one out of the gate on the day of reckoning was Frank Sanchez. He knocked out Junior Farr, three knockdowns along the way, seventh round KO. Does that tell the whole story? Probably not, because Frank Sanchez, a lot of people have been very, very complimentary of Sanchez's skills. I understand why. But for a couple of years now, I've been sort of waiting for him to kind of prove it to me, because I'm a show me sort of guy. You know, I'm someone who's been around so long that I've seen fighters who've got all the raw materials, but I haven't quite been able to put it together. And with Sanchez, I was waiting, and I'm still waiting, for him to really show that he's made that transition from a very well-schooled amateur to an established dominant heavyweight. Now, in his last fight against Scott Alexander, he got shaken in the first round. And there's no doubt that Sanchez has really good skills. He's incredibly fast hands for a heavyweight, puts his punches together beautifully. When he does, there are lots of gaps in the game, lots of times when he's taking time out, when he's looking to constantly counterpunch. Perhaps the front foot game is not necessarily what he's great at. He likes to draw his man in and then counterpunch. But against Junior Farr, he finally got the job done. At the end of the sixth round, there was a jab to the body followed by a lightning right hand, a right cross, which put Farr on the floor. Farr got up, and to his credit, this was right at the end of the round, but his legs were wobbly, but he was okay, his eyes were clear. In the seventh round, about a minute in, he got floored with the same combination, jab to the body. They're both orthodox fighters. Big right hand to the jaw, over he goes. But there was a combination as well that followed before he hit the floor. And I think that the second knockdown was very heavy. But to Farr's credit, he was trying to see out the round. He was grabbing and holding. He was trying to sort of nitpick his way through the round, rummage his way through. And finally, Sanchez got him with another beautiful right hand. Put him over by the ropes. He got up. The fight got stopped. The referee quite rightly stopped the fight. And so Sanchez picked up a seventh round win. Now, I've got to say, I thought Sanchez would get this done a lot quicker. But he didn't. And in fact, he started, I wouldn't say slowly, but just with a style that was not warranting the opponent in front of him. We know that Farr lost back-to-back fights. One of them was against Parker on points, and then he got blown away in a round by Lucas Brown, who was at the time was about 40 or 42 or whatever the hell he was, completely shot to bits, and he did Farr in a round. Now that can happen. You can get tagged early and done. No real shame in it. And to be honest with you, Farr, when this fight started, you know the old line about jabbing with a jabber, he was doing that. He was very conservative, very on the back, pouring with his jab, sort of fencing almost, wanting to kind of make Sanchez, who is, for all intents and purposes, a counterpuncher, come forward. But Farr was holding him off, and Farr, massive geezer. I mean, he was closer to 280 than 270. I think it was 278, 279, something like that. 40 pounds heavier than Sanchez, but of course this ain't a slimming contest. You know what I mean? This ain't an all-you-can-eat contest. This is a boxing match. But he was doing well. He was doing well against Sanchez, who was kind of, seemed to me to be stuck between two styles, and it took him a while to get going. And as the rounds ticked by, Farr was gaining in confidence and started to bang the jab more. And I think in the fourth or fifth round, he landed a couple of really good right crosses that really got Sanchez's attention. The problem is, when you go forward and you start to be more intent on landing your own punches, you're leaving yourself wide open. And to be honest with you, that played into Sanchez's hands. I mean, Sanchez says he's 31. He's had a hard life if he's 31, because Christ almighty, he looks about 40. And we know about these Cuban fighters, sometimes their ages on, maybe they're just a nation of people who look older. They, too much of that lifestyle under that regime may have put years on them. I don't know, but there's nothing wrong with his hand speed. I mean, his footwork, with Sanchez, he just doesn't seem to want to come forward. He doesn't want to be that guy who instigates the exchanges. But finally, once he started to tag Farr, and this was after Farr got a little bit more ambitious, it was almost like a light bulb went off. And from rounds, sort of late 5th round, 6th, 7th, obviously, yeah, okay. We saw the best of him. So for the first 4 rounds, 5 rounds, we saw a lot of the gaps in his game that are there. From then on in, we saw the best of him. Hand speed's terrific. Combination punching, beautiful. The punches flow incredibly quickly. You just don't know where the next punch is coming from. And he got a far less talented guy out of there. But make no mistake about it, Farr can take something from this fight. Because for the first 5 rounds, he looked fine. You know, he looked like a decent heavyweight, a very good. I've never been impressed with him at all in the past. But he looked decent. And his tactics were good going in. Ultimately, though, it wasn't enough. We ended up with a victory for Frank Sanchez. First fight of the night on the day of reckoning. 7th round KO. Tell me what you think of it. What do you think of Sanchez? How high do you think Sanchez can go? What did you think of Farr? Were you surprised like I was? Because I thought we'd go out within 3 rounds, maybe even a first round knockout. No, he's better than that. He's better than that. Leave your comments below. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. And hit the like button as well. And spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing. Thanks a lot. Catch you later. Bye for now.